Get the bigger picture. Always connected. Samsung Chromebook Plus.
自分がそのものであって、自分が今やっているブランドがそのもので、ヒューマンメイド。で、時間はどんどん進むんですけど、新しいものってなかなか生まれにくい。テクノロジーがまあ多分別としても、やっぱり全てのやり方が変わったかな。ヒントだったりアイディアだったりっていうのは過去にあるような気がしていて、終わって明治という新しい時代に移る時、何かっていうと、着物を着てた人が着物に靴を合わせる。で、靴を合わせることによって着物がまた新しいものに見えるっていう。で、根本的にファッションでいうと、ファッションって基本変化なくて、ただ単にリバイバルとか、こうウォーミングアップしていて、じゃあいざここから今からまたいろいろクリエイティブなことをやっていこうっていう、まさに自分はそういう状態の中で PC リインベンティング。
Hey guys, this is Austin. There are a lot of different two-in-one and laptop designs, but the HP Spectre Folio might just be the most unique yet. When Intel wanted to sponsor a video on the Spectre Folio, I couldn't say no. I mean, just look at this thing. So in addition to being a tablet, you can very easily pull out the screen and use it in the video mode, or if you want to go full tablet mode on it, it will lie completely flat, and on top of having it as a tablet, you don't have to have the keyboard around back like most other two-in-one designs. It's actually a super cool idea. There isn't a case on this laptop, by the way. It's actually made out of leather. So what HP has done is they've combined a magnesium chassis with leather, so not only does it smell great, but on top of that, when you close it up, it looks like a nice little folio case. Oh, is that why they call it the HP Spectre Folio? I just got that. It's like a full, oh, okay. They've wrapped the entire thing up into what I think is a pretty cool looking package. Can you tell that I really like this thing? Open it up and you'll have a better idea of how this all works. So on the bottom part, we have a magnesium chassis, which is where you have your keyboard, you have your battery, as well as the motherboard. And the screen itself is hinged not only on the bottom, so you can open and close it like a laptop, but it's also magnetically attached on the bottom. So if I want to just move it over to, like, say, another mode, it's all really straightforward. It's a much, much smarter idea than pretty much any other two-in-one I've ever tried. Is that being mean to other two-in-ones? I mean, I actually legitimately feel like this is a super, super clever idea. It just works, right? Fire it up, and the cool stuff doesn't stop there. So my model is outfitted with the 8th generation Core i7-8500Y, and that's backed up with 16 gigs of RAM, as well as a 256 gig SSD. That Core i7 is a Y series processor, which means that this is an entirely fanless system, as you might have guessed considering just how thin it is, but you are still getting that full Windows performance, and as a dual-core chip, while it's clocked at only 1.5 GHz at the base, it can turbo all the way to 4.2 GHz. The screen is also pretty cool. So in addition to it being a 13.3-inch display with a 1080p resolution, and it is a full touchscreen, but importantly, if you take a look at it, it is super, super thin, which is important for a design like this. Did that just flash? What was that? You mean the real-life window they just flashed with lightning outside? Scary. But it's also got an Intel 1-watt panel, which is especially helpful for battery life. So traditionally, with such a thin and light laptop, you have to have a very small battery, and the screen is actually one of the main things that draws power. But with this guy, they claim up to 18 hours of battery life, and I've easily been able to get well over a day of use with it. A nice touch with this mode is the touchpad positioning. So a lot of times with a two-in-one, you don't quite have access to, well, anything when you put it up all the way forward, but here you still get that nice angle, the screen's closer to you, but you also have your touchpad available. What really pushes this over the edge, though, is the built-in gigabit LTE connection. So if you take a look at the screen, you pop it up, what you'll find is that there's a tiny little SIM card slot here. What's really cool about this is the flexibility I get. I don't need to deal with sketchy public Wi-Fi, I don't need to worry about killing my phone battery with tethering. It's just online. It's really simple. I just open it up and I'm online. You probably know Intel for making processors, but they also make LTE modems for all kinds of devices, including the Spectre Folio. You might even be using a phone with an Intel modem right now. Now, no, you probably won't want to do hardcore video editing or gaming on this guy, but it is powered by that full Core i7 processor, which means that things like Photoshop and of course all the staples like Chrome and Word will all work completely fine here. And since you're always connected, you have access to cloud apps such as Google Docs, as well as of course all the local stuff you want. It really is the best of both worlds, although I guess to be fair, this is not the only laptop in the world that does have LTE. There are other Intel options with 7th and 8th gen processors that do have LTE, but this is sort of my favorite blend of not only the form factor, but also the portability and the access to the power and the speed and the battery life and the leather smell. There's a lot of other great stuff with the Spectre Folio. Starting out with, we have the stylus, which is included, something that other companies might want to take note on. As a joke, see as a pun. We also have, I like how you're all just shaking your heads. There's also Windows Hello support for facial recognition. There's the excellent backlit keyboard that HP's been using for a while. And there's a really solid selection of ports. A USB-C on the left side, as well as 2 Thunderbolt 3s on the right side. And all of them support not only power, but data, video out, all that kind of fun stuff. Of course, it's not all perfect. So the touchpad is good, but it does lack Windows Precision drivers. It does have pretty solid speakers, although they lack a little bit of bass. And at $1,500 for the i7 model with LTE, it is certainly not cheap. Overall though, with the killer design, the portability, the performance to run proper Windows apps, and that always connected LTE, really, I mean, there's not a lot to complain about. This is one of the most unique devices I've taken a look at all year long.